Okay, hello.
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
hope
Anthony. We
I'm.
can hear you.
Ah, thank you. Thank you, Fabrice, for opening this space. I'll go to the immediate question you asked me about the case. So yes, we are up for a physical court hearing on the 11th. We also added to the legal team. We added some new lawyers. The reason for this is because part of our legal team is also handling the vice president's case. That is Degwanjiro and Senior Counsel Kibe Muigai. But the Mount Kenya Jurist Association is still enjoined on that case together with the three political parties, that is the Wiper, DAP, and Jubilee. Uh, we know it will be a battle that will go all the way to the Supreme Court. And what we are doing on the 11th is we are going to ask for what the LSK case also did. One, we are going to ask to be joined to them. Secondly, we are going to ask for stay orders until the case is determined. The Chief Justice is supposed to be appointing a three-bench judge to hear the case because it raises some very pertinent issues in regarding to Kenya and what people are curious about it. So the agency will make the Chief Justice find it wise to appoint a three-bench judge so that the case is ipelekwe haraka. So that's what we want. That is what we are pursuing. But other than that, yes, we've been having a very smooth run with it. And thank you for the support that you continue to get in terms of moral support and people showing up. What we're encouraging people and telling people is that it's important on that 11 that people show up because Kenya does not have what we call a jury. So the judge is able to gauge public interest by what they see. So if people show up and the judge is able to see that Kenyans really have a public interest in this case, it will really help us. That's number one. My second point is Jeff proposed something that I and Daniel are working on. We want to try and craft a document that can be used by the public, everyone in Kenya, to show their support or lack of it for any particular bill. That document does not exist as we speak. Okay, because if you read the constitution, Kenyans are given two ways to exercise their rights. Through their elected representatives, which is traditionally what has been happening. And when I say this, it means even when your elected representatives want you to take part in public participation, it is them who draft the document for you. So what we want to do is, with the help of Daniel, is that it is going to be very consultative. So that this document, not it came from outside. We want a very good balance. So once Daniel does the skeleton of it, a legal team will come in and look at it so that it meets the threshold of the constitution. In terms of no one should say that they were not heard or they were not factored in. Because if we let that go through the cracks, someone can question it. And I'll give you an example. When we did the Rigathi Gachagua impeachment, the two houses, National Assembly and the Senate, prepared their own document, but because it is them passing it, they used it and said that public participation was done. But when the lawyers came in, they said, according to the Constitution, it should have had two questions. Those for and those against. That's number one. Number two, it should have had what Rigathi's input. That these are the accusations and this is my plea. On this and this, I plead guilty, or his explanation should have been on that document so that the citizens make an informed decision. So as Daniel is working on it, it will be worked on by many people. Daniel will come up with the structure of the online and the software. Then a legal team will look at it and say, and that's where Kina Senior Counsel Kibe Muigai come in, Degwanjiro come in. They'll look at it and now bring it up to par with the constitution of the country. So that in case of any bill that comes out there, be it the agriculture bill, be it the sugar bill, be it a referendum questions, Kenyans have a platform to exercise their sovereignty by saying, by using this, we say no. so that now we bypass going through our our democratically elected leaders, because those are the two options given. So I will yield so that I can take any question or I can listen to suggestions.
Thank you, Anthony. Anthony, we are now taking also another turn, we as Kenyans, that yes, as we are supporting you, the constitutional wing, because now the movement has to have different wings. We have to go the constitutional, those who want to go to constitutional, those who want to do civic, and now the movement of revolution. So, because to us, it looks like the constitution is no longer working. Based on the judgment about the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, that there is a case in the appeal court, a very active case, and yet the Chief Justice, who you are the president of the judiciary, you are coming to administer oath of a person that has not been cleared by the IBC, the institution that is mandated, and you know very well by law, to clear a candidate, especially of a position of a deputy president, who, if he, in any chance something happens to the president, is going to be president. That already dimmed our hope in the judiciary. So yes, as even you are battling, but for us, I think to may lose hope kabisa completely, and we are even projecting that even this Adani case might be butchered the way Rigathi case was butchered. Yes, Anthony, let me give you a rebuttal so that we can go to Daniel and Mr. Cool.
Thank you very much, Fabish. Now, on the Adani, there's something in court that is called jurisprudence. So first of all, we shall be relying heavily on the jurisprudence of the KICC case, where the same courts that people are saying are not reliable actually said that the government privatization of the KICC was not proper, and they revoked it. So that's one of the jurisprudence we shall be using to argue that case. Why? Because KICC is a national heritage. And the court found it twice that saying that a national heritage should not actually be put to sale or in any form of privatization, because such things are almost like, what can I say? It's like our national anthem. Okay? So that's where actually Jomo Kenyatta falls under. It's like if today you try to uproot the Jomo Kenyatta statue in KICC, it's a national heritage. So people will have to be involved in that. So I just wanted to bring that out. Secondly, it's really how you, our case is very different from the Kenya human rights case. But we want to both of them to be heard because they give strength to each other. So I just wanted to bring that out. So we shall heavily rely on the judges that are saved KICC, the ruling that saved KICC.
Yeah, thank you. Because when we talk of jurisprudence, tunaita sisi siku hizi jurispesa, because if it was jurisprudence, we could have being applied just like Governor Kawira Mwangaza, he was impeached. She was impeached by the county assembly and by the Senate. She go to court, and the court did not see any vacancy occurring in the office of the governor. But now we have a similar case where a deputy president has been impeached by the parliament and then by the Senate, and he also go to the same court. And now, miraculously, this court now see that there is a vacancy in the office of the deputy president. So it is even difficult to explain, even for my kid. So anyway, that will be topic of another day. And those are the things that made us lose trust in the judiciary completely. But we thank God that, yes, we have comrades like Anthony who are still battling on that side. But we are going to continue with our revolution. Nevertheless, kindly, with humility, I would request you, if you can maybe, with permission, ask the TG if he can just give us his time, 5 minutes, to come here, so that also we can be able to hear from him. And because even now, as we are talking of 11/11, we need to mobilize. We are ready. We need to mobilize as the whole country, not only people to come to the court, but we want the whole country. Part of the things that we are talking on the 11/11 of the bare minimum, 11 bare minimums that we are requesting is that Adani case to be struck out and the deal, the complete, to be struck out, from our country. So, yes, we are requesting for the mobilization, and we will want to see TG and other well-wishers, including those other maybe politicians, if they really want to start with our country, to help us in mobilizing. But thank you, of course, Anthony, be here, because many questions will be coming, and we thank you for your time and being part of us and enlightening us on what is happening on the other side.